Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Irina, and today I have a bunch of makeup to play with, the vast majority of which is new to me. I have tried a few things because what I do is I buy things in time. I don't place like massive orders, so mostly if I buy something from Superdrug, then I will get a little something of makeup. Then my daughter wanted some K-beauty, so I got myself some K-beauty. I got sent something. And then I have just recently placed an order from Profusion because there were a couple of things that I really wanted to try. So they all amassed, and now I'm going to put them on my face and tell you what I think of them. Okay, so let's go through everything I have in here very quickly. So I have the Missha BB cream, which I heard very good things about, and I was so curious to try it. I waited a month for this to arrive, a month. So yeah, I got that one. That's K-beauty, by the way, obviously. And then still within the K-beauty, I got sent the TFIT, I think you pronounce this, concealer, which I think is my first proper PR because I was sent it without an obligation to post anything or leave a review or nothing. So very exciting times. And then I have a blush from Zeesea. I don't know why I'm going this way. I could just go this way, but never mind. Then I've seen a few things on Collection's Instagram. They are coming, well, they have come out with a new powder, and I have kept saying how much I love their previous powder, which was a mattifying powder, which they have discontinued. So they have come out with a blurring powder, and they have also come out with a concealer, so I'm going to try that one. I've tried some Collection concealers in the past, wasn't that impressed. This is one that it's not a first impression. I have tried this. I have a couple of things that are from my collection, just to complete the face. Also from Collection, I got Gloss Me Up pH Gloss, and then from Profusion, I couldn't resist a matcha collection. I had to have something, so I got the set with the brush and the powder. Then I did say I really wanted to try the new Juicy Lips formula, so I got that one, and then I got the blush lighter. So let's move in and get started. I am actually going to start with the Collection Gloss Me Up pH Gloss, and I got this one in shade Caramel Swirl. And this goes on quite nudie. But because it is pH adjusting, it will have a pinkish hue in a little bit. I think it already started. And I like that it combines with its original color. So it's not that stark pink that I usually get with the pH adjusting product. The applicator itself is quite interesting. It's actually quite comfortable to apply on the lips. It does get messy. I have just wiped it. But it feels very hydrating. Quite thin, but hydrating. And you get 16 ml in here, so this will last you a long time. So I'm going to let that sink into the lips while I do my makeup. And I'm going to go into the Missha BB cream. It's the Perfect Cover BB cream, and I got it in shade 21, which is light beige. I have used this a couple of times before. It has SPF 42 PA+++, so that's a high protection. And this is what it looks like. So just to pump a little bit, just to give you a little swatch, but you'll see it on my skin in a little bit. That is really nice. I got this because I've seen Jessica Braun and Taylor Lynn raving about it. And I am going to apply with a sponge. And I was actually very surprised of how well this matches me. It does have an olive undertone, I think, which I am not, but it works with my undertone, so it's fine. Right, I'm gonna move on to the other side of the face with a brush. I think I've only applied it with a sponge so far. This was one that you could definitely do with your fingers as well if you're in a rush or you just prefer using your fingers. I definitely prefer it with a sponge. I feel like the brush really absorbs quite a lot of it, so I'm gonna move on back to the sponge. And when I've used this before, I'm pretty sure I've used a sponge, because otherwise I would have remembered I didn't like it with a brush. It is perfumed, by the way, but it's quite a pleasant perfume. Pleasant scent. And the finish of this is just so beautiful. It's dewy. And I think for my skin, now that it's getting older, it gives it such a youthful look. I am 43, by the way, and I have combination oily skin. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this one. I can see that hype. Today is a special day because I think I'll manage to do a check-in at the end of the day before the video is finished. And I actually do need to cut the grass, so it's going to be like a proper wear test. Okay, then I have two concealers. The way I thought I would try these is one on one under eye and one on the other, and then combine them after. I have tried both of these before. I don't remember much about this one. I've only tried it, well, I've only tried them once before. I remember this one actually impressed me. I thought it would be very drying on my under eyes, and that's because it's like this. It's a creamy formula that feels quite hard, and I'll give you some swatches. So it's kind of like a palette if you want. So those are the three shades. I'm probably going to combine these two. I found that works the best, and you don't need a lot either, and I think that probably works better for my under eyes, just to use a little bit. This one can actually work as maybe a little bit of contour. I'll try that today. So I'm going to combine these two. I'm just going to combine them with my finger and then just apply. By the way, my nail polish didn't chip. I don't know what I've done. I think it's just stained with something. That's what that one looks without setting. Actually, if the colors are very similar, I'm just gonna do one on one eye and one on the other, just to do like a proper wear test. Okay, and this is the collection one. This is the Ultra Cover Concealer with XL applicator. It actually says so on the bottle, and it says lasts for 16 hours. This one I have in shade 7C Biscuit Cool. It's an ultra full coverage concealer, XL applicator, and hydrating ingredients to give long-lasting crease-proof coverage. Vegan suitable. Oh, just to give you information about the TFIT one, it says Cover Up Pro Concealer in shade 01 Neutral. You get light beige, natural beige, and dark beige in there. Right, let's apply this. I'm guessing I will need a teeny tiny bit. There we are. And I am going to use my sponge because this feels very full coverage. So this one is definitely a more radiant finish, which is actually what I like in concealers, especially nowadays. I find that my under eyes are actually quite dry, and certain concealers can make them look even drier, and that's not like the best look. So this one looks a lot more radiant, and then this one looks more matte, but it's not drying looking. And yes, I could increase the coverage, but this is kind of what I like. I don't like it with too much coverage. Right, I am going to move on to powder. You can actually see my lips now, they've gone all pinkish, but yeah, that's the pH in them, and that's probably how your lips are gonna end up as well. Oh, and I didn't do a swatch of the Collection one on the back of my hand, just so you can see it a little bit more unaltered. So that's the Biscuit Cool. Okay, so for powder I have these two. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this one, so let's just take them in order. So I've got this one from Profusion. Is this the Matcha Love Duo Correcting Setting Powder? So you get a pink side and a green side. The green side is supposed to neutralize redness, and the pink side is supposed to make you feel, make you look more awake. So kind of like neutralize darkness. So I think that Missha BB cream has covered a bit of my redness, but I'm just gonna put it on there. That's where I usually get red. I've used this yesterday, I think, for the first time. It's not like, it doesn't do much. I don't find it to do much, not on my skin anyway. Maybe somebody with more issues who will, with more redness than me or more darkness than me will find this a lot more effective. It also has these two sides, which I think it would be nice if we had some sort of lid that you could twist so you can get one side and not the other, because when you put it in the lid they are a little bit separated, but you have to be very careful. Obviously don't mix them when you're putting it on your face or on the brush. I will tell you, however, that my face felt so smooth after putting this on, and it stayed smooth for hours. So it's a really nice one if you just want to give yourself that feeling. It did come with a kabuki brush, which looks like a matcha stirrer, which I couldn't resist. So come on, I'm a matcha lover, so yeah, got this one. So I'm gonna try this one. If I try this one, everything's gonna mix. So we'll just give it a go. We'll just mix it and just put it on my cheeks, and it's just flying off everywhere. I haven't used this brush yesterday. Yeah, it's just absolutely going everywhere. We'll give it a go. Well, it's on there, but it's also everywhere. So this brush is super cute, but I'll use it for something different, not for loose powder, because now it's all over me. What I've used yesterday was actually a puff like this. So I need more green. So see, I need more green, so now I have to pour some of the pink as well. Not the best design for it, I don't think. So I'm going to get some green out of there, and then press it on my palm so that it doesn't go everywhere when I apply it to my face. And oh, you can see a lot of smoothing this way. Yeah, I think the way I've done it today actually neutralizes quite a bit of the, does it? Neutralize quite a bit of the redness? I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what you see. I'll probably see when I'm editing as well, because in real life it's just like this most subtle effect ever. And then I don't need that pink for under my eyes because I don't have darkness left after applying my concealer. But that would probably be one that I use on no makeup days, or just under my eyes. I will use the pink on my cheeks, because if I remember from yesterday, you can actually see it. You can see the pink if I don't need any correction. Yeah, just slightly you can see it. just so you can see that. So I can see how that would give, how that would correct darkness for sure. It's just not something that I don't think I need after I've applied concealer. I know that these pink powders are all the rage right now, but I don't want to apply it under eye anyway because I want to apply the other powder. Maybe let's apply there. That's where I get a bit of darkness. Yeah. That has definitely done something. Yeah, it's certainly cute product and cute design. It's just not very practical, and yeah, it just goes everywhere. It's very fine, which is why you get that very smooth effect on the skin and very smooth feeling. I couldn't stop touching my skin. It just felt so nice. Which I know you shouldn't do, but it's just, it felt so nice. But it's just everywhere. I'm gonna have to wash these leggings. This is the one time where I understand why some people do their makeup before they get dressed. I always do my makeup after getting dressed, because when I get dressed, then all my makeup is just gonna wipe off on my clothes. I just don't understand how you can do that without wiping it on your clothes, especially when you wear high neck stuff. Okay, so the other powder is the Collection Blurring Powder. Color correcting, instantly blurs and smooth skin. I got it in shade 1. It is matte. The description light is a cloud color correcting setting powder with a matte finish. Blue, pink, green and yellow pigments help to correct dullness, redness and dark circles. So I'm gonna use this on my under eye and the rest of my face. I'm just gonna take a brush from my under eyes. And then, because, oh, you can actually, that's actually quite nice because you can see that difference. So that this TFIT one has already settled in my fine lines, which is absolutely fine. I do get that a lot with concealers. I normally set my under eyes pretty much straight away after I apply my concealer, and I don't tend to talk as much. However, this collection one has not as much. We still have a little bit of settling, like I said, that's very normal for me, but not as much. Right, so I am going to apply my powder this way, so hopefully it takes away some of that creasing. Just got in my eye. So yeah, definitely mattifying, and I think it is blurring. Shall I use this kabuki brush for it? I think I will. Just use it for the rest of my face and see what a kabuki brush works like, because I did apply this before over the rest of my face and I did find it quite smoothing and mattifying. So yeah, it works with a kabuki brush, so that's good. Got another use for the brush. And I would say my skin is definitely mattified. Like, that glowy finish of the foundation is kind of gone. There is like something poking through, and it probably will poke through throughout the day, because I am expecting for the powder to sink in a little bit into my skin and my natural oils to come through a little bit more. So let's move on to the cheek products. Actually, before I move on to the cheek products, the concealer from TFIT. So let's use a dark, oh, made a mess with it. Let's use a dark shade and see if I can maybe use it as a contour or bronzer of some sort. I'm just gonna take this brush and dip into the darker shade. That picks up quite a bit actually. And I probably shouldn't have done this after applying powder, but I forgot. That picked up quite a lot. I wasn't expecting it to pick up so much. So I'm putting a little bit less on this one, and I'm gonna go back to my powder puff for my other side. Just take some of that away. Okay, it's not equal. Things on this cheek just don't sit as well as the other cheek for some reason. That's why I normally film this side. I also like this side better. On my forehead, make it look a bit smaller maybe. Okay, so let's move on to the blushes. So this one from Zeesea, it is 3-color concealer It is 3-color concealer blusher, and it comes with its own little brush, which I tried to use and it's useless. I couldn't get along with it. So there are 3 shades of blush. When I've used this before, I've just combined them because the lightest one is a bit too light for me. So those are the shades there. Hopefully you can see them. And it comes in a really cute compact. So I am going to apply it, I think, on this side with a big brush and just going in everything. It's very powdery. Come on, I know you can pick up. There we go. Got some color. I'm going to use the Profusion one on this side and then combine them just so you can see them without, you know, one without the other. Okay, the Profusion one is the blush lighter. So this one is the newest formula where it's a combination between a blush and a highlighter. And this one is in shade Strawberry Mimosa. So this one, because it was in his box, it's a true first impression. So there's the swatch there. Oh, that's like a peachy glow. I'm gonna use the sponge for this. Oh, that is beautiful. That is just so nice. So nice. This color is a bit subtle on me, but I love it. Sometimes I do like a really subtle blush. So let's combine the two. Let's apply this on this side. I think that one took away some of the powder underneath. Might have been how I applied it. Also, yeah, definitely don't apply over powder products. Let's go in with the Zeesea. And then I'm just gonna cover up on this side. Okay, I want to do my eyes because I want eyeshadow, because I love eyeshadow. But because I don't have anything new to test, I'm going to use the Nudes palette from Profusion, and I'm going to use the Collection Power Hold Eye Primer, which I really rate. I have oily lids, and this one really helps lock in the eyeshadow all day long, so really rate this one. Okay, so pretty simple eye look. Now let's move on to the last lip product. So I need to take whatever's left of this pH gloss off. It's kind of stained, which I didn't realize it does. So I guess that's a good thing, because then you've got color on your lips for a while. Okay, so now let's move on to the Profusion Juicy Lips Nourishing Lip Oil. I got this one in shade Radiant Rose. They have relaunched this in 3 shades, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just apply. Whoop. Oh, okay. It was almost messy. It's got the same applicator as before. The bottle looks nicer. And the stopper feels like it's a lot stronger, so I'm hoping there's no leakage this time. So that was the problem with the old one. Lovely formula before, but the bottle just leaked all the time. It has a scent. It's a sweet scent. But it feels thick and very nourishing. I can't tell the shade that well because my lips have been stained by the previous one. So let's just do it on the back of my hand. So there it is. It's quite sheer, but it's very glossy, it's very thick and moisturizing feeling. Yeah. First impressions are good. Okay, so I'll come back later. We'll see what a face looks like and I'll give you my thoughts then. Okay, so it is some 7-ish hours later. It's not too late in the day, but I do want to get like ready for the evening, so to speak. It's hair wash day. I need to wash my hair. I've done what I needed to do. I've cut the grass, I've done some housework, I've also done some work on my computer, and when I do that I tend to kind of like touch my face a lot. It's just something that I can't help. So this is what a makeup looks like. I have reapplied the Juicy Lips just on its own, just so you can see it. I know it looks a little bit different in the light, but the foundation seems to have been lasting quite well. And the powder hasn't become any cakey or anything like that, which is really nice. The thing that I can notice the most is actually the concealer. This TFIT one has kind of sunk into my skin a little bit more. It seems like the Collection one has lasted a little bit better, and also this one is settling in a little bit more than the Collection one. Normally I would put my concealer and then powder straight away. Today I didn't do that because I was, doing the comparisons. But overall, I do think that the Collection one is better for my skin anyway. The TFIT one is still decent. And my skin there still looks like skin. It's just sunk in a little bit more. Yeah, I thought the Collection one is better. And then just in case you're curious about how that eye primer from Collection performs, it does seem like my eyeshadow is pretty much the same. I'll be able to tell in editing later. A little bit better, but it does look the same to my naked eye. So for concealers, I think they're both decent concealers. The Collection one a little bit better than the TFIT one, but the TFIT one is still a decent one, and I'll definitely get use out of it. I do like that you can customize the color because of the 3 shades in it, and it does seem to last on my skin pretty well if I use the dark color as contour. Now, I did say that when I do work on my computer, I tend to touch my face a lot, so you can see like the blush has kind of gone from there, but it's still on this side, and it's everywhere on here. It's still there, and the glow from the blush liner still comes through, so that's really nice. So overall, I do think this was a pretty successful try on. The only product I'm not entirely sure about is this correcting powder from Profusion. Yeah, I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of it, but it's a fun product. It does come with this really lovely brush, which I'm sure I'm gonna use it for all sorts. Or I'm just gonna display it because it's so cute. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it was entertaining and useful. If you'd like to see more of my face and more of my videos and you're not subscribed yet, I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you very much if you are subscribed. Don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I upload. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!